All right, let's talk about something that I think every single language learner has struggled with. It's that moment when you move from just knowing a language in your head to actually speaking it with real confidence. We're going to dive into a method that can help you finally cross that frustrating gap between just understanding and actually speaking.
You know that feeling, right? You've spent hours studying the grammar, you've got lists and lists of vocabulary memorized, but the second you're in a real conversation, it's like your brain just hits the brakes. They're in there somewhere, but you just can't grab them.
Well, this roadblock, this plateau that so many of us hit, it actually has a name. It's called the speaking barrier. It's that point where, yeah, you can understand a lot, but you really struggle to produce the language yourself. You feel kind of stuck, unable to really move forward. And this really gets right to the heart of the problem. See, the speaking barrier isn't about not knowing enough. It's about not having enough practice. It's like knowing all the rules to a sport, but never actually getting on the field to play. And that's exactly what we're here to fix. So how do we break through this thing? Well, the key is a super simple but incredibly powerful technique called shadowing. It's designed to do one thing: get you out of your head and get your mouth physically moving. So what does that actually mean? Shadowing is not just listening. It's an active physical thing you do. You put on your headphones, you listen to a native speaker, and almost instantly you start speaking along with them. You're trying to copy everything: the rhythm, the melody of their voice, where they put the stress. You're literally creating a shadow of their voice with your own. I love this way of thinking about it. It's so true. Think about it. Speaking a new language uses muscles in your jaw, your tongue, your lips that you might not even use in your native language. Shadowing is the workout. It's the training that gets those muscles strong enough to make new sounds correctly and automatically. And the payoff for this workout is huge. You're not just training your speech muscles, you're also making your listening skills razor sharp because you have to pay such close attention. This whole process just makes your speech sound more natural, it skyrockets your confidence, and it makes your pronunciation so much clearer over time. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do it? The best way is to treat it like a structured workout, one with 3 different levels of intensity, or in this case, 3 different speeds. So you start at step 1, slow and clear. Maybe you use an audiobook for kids or a podcast made for learners. Your only goal here is accuracy. Just feel how your mouth is forming every single sound. Then you move up to step 2, natural speed. Grab a regular podcast or a YouTube interview. Here you're trying to find that conversational rhythm. And finally, you hit step 3, the fast challenge. This could be a news report or something even faster. Look, don't worry if you miss some words. The whole point is to push yourself and get your brain used to the speed of real, everyday conversation.
Now, this isn't just some theory, okay? When you actually put this workout into practice, the transformation is real. Let's just look at the journey a learner might take.
I mean, the difference is just night and day. On one side, you've got the person who's shy, their heart is beating fast, they're worried about every little mistake, so they just stay quiet. But after consistent practice, a whole new speaker shows up, someone who answers without fear, who feels proud of how far they've come, and who is actually comfortable starting conversations and just talking. And it all starts with a physical change. That awkward feeling you had at the beginning, it just starts to fade away as the muscles in your mouth get used to the new movements. Making those new sounds starts to feel totally natural, not like a chore. And when things get easier physically, you can literally hear the difference. As you keep mimicking a native speaker, your own pronunciation gets so much cleaner. Your sentences start to flow together, and you lose that kind of choppy stop and start feeling. And this is the real magic moment. It's when you're in a real conversation and you realize the words are just flowing. You're not translating in your head anymore, you're just speaking. And that right there is what real confidence feels like. So, how do you get to that point and, more importantly, stay there? It really all comes down to having the right mindset. Think of the shadowing technique as the car, but your mindset, that's the fuel. This is probably the most important part. The goal of shadowing is not to be perfect from day one. It's just to show up and do it. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just a normal part of learning anything new. The real key is consistency. Practicing for a little bit every single day is so much more powerful than one long session once a week. Let this be your new mantra. Seriously, fluency isn't some finish line where you suddenly never make a mistake again. No way. It's the ability to communicate what you want to say with confidence, even if you make a little error here and there. It's built through daily effort, through practice,
not this impossible search for perfection.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Once you break through that speaking barrier, once you find your confident voice, what new doors is that going to open for you? What kind of amazing new connections will you make? What kind of new ideas are you going to share with the world? The whole journey starts with just a single echo.